Hi everybody! Today I'm bringing you another layout from my newborn grandson's photo shoot, except this layout is going to be all about his older brother who is 3. And I've pulled some papers here from Echo Park. I love how they play off that little poof that he's on. And if you know any 3-year-olds, you know about how they are always moving. And I really thought that these photos totally captured his personality and how he's always moving. But I also love that the 2 photos on the bottom show his curiosity and his love for his little brother. So what I've done is I've taken that paper, striped paper, and cut it down. That is from Echo Park Little Man, and it's called Dinosaurs. And I'm going to mount it on, or not mount it on, I'm using a 12 by 12 piece of paper to kind of give me a guide to make sure that when I put these 2 pieces of paper together, that they're not going to be more than 12 by 12. I'm not going to actually glue them to that cardstock there, but I am going to use that as a guide. The red paper there is also from Echo Park Little Man, and it is called journaling cards because there are journaling cards on the back. Now, to highlight or help this join the seam in the papers, I want to use some washi tape. And I'm going to play around a little bit here with which washi tape I'm actually going to use. And this is the one that I believe I settle on. It is actually from Doodlebug, and it's a yellow polka dot washi tape from Doodlebug. So now that I have that all joined together, I can get rid of that cardstock background and I can mount this photo here. Now, I want to journal a little bit about how he's always moving and the motion of a 3-year-old. So I'm kind of playing with the journaling cards, and they are from the Echo Park Little Man collection, the ephemera die cuts. But what I decide to do is, before I can get that journaling card down, I need to look at my title. And I look at doing the word motion. And I pulled these Jelly Bean Soup chipboard letters, and they are the Jelly Bean Soup bean board letters in Newburgh Navy. And again, they're chipboard. But what I discovered, when I use a letter, I cross it off that back of the pack thing there where it tells me what letters there are. And I discovered, I don't remember, but I was missing one of the letters in the capitals, which would have been ideal. That's what I really wanted to do. But, you know, go to plan 2. I really like how the Navy looked on this layout. So I thought, you know, get over it, just move on and do the letters in the Navy piece. And that's what I'm doing here. Those are really fun letters. They're a pain because they're loose. And that's why I tend to use thickers instead of loose chipboard letters. Now, I want to title this All in Motion, and I'm thinking about what alphabet to use here, and I'm going through my Jelly Bean Soup Alpha Beans sticker letters, and I realized that I can't use any of the bigger ones. The ideal size might be the capitals in the smaller sheet, but I don't have enough of the letters that are proper. And this is just one of those layouts where I decided, okay, I just need to deal with it and move on. So now that the motion is down there, I'm thinking about the letters still. I'm going to work on embellishing the journaling card there. And the funny part is that a lot of this is actually not going to even make it on the layout in the end. So what I'm doing here is I have some circles there from the L Studio Cameron collection, and like I said, none of those are even going to make it. Now I am adding some Freckled Fawn badges there. Those are some flare badges. Not Freckled Fawn, I'm sorry. Those are from A Flare for Buttons. I just bought those on Etsy and they just came in. I pulled that red banner die cut there, and that is from the Little Man ephemera die cut pack. And I'm going to keep playing with which flare I use, and then I'm going to confuse that even more because I'm not loving the size of that journaling spot. So I'm looking at these L Studio tags here, and I'm sorry, but I didn't write down what collection they're from. They are actually called tags. That's the name of it. So if you went to their website, you could find some of those tags. And they are, actually, I think they just finished a sale where you could buy a lot of pieces. So I stocked up on a couple more things. And I'm looking at the Cameron journaling tags there to see if I could find anything that I liked there as well. I'm not loving that. It just feels, the layout feels a little bit off balance to me right now. And then I find that narrow tag again, and it says Love This Life on it. It looks like it's been stamped and ghost stamped. So I kind of like how that looks sitting in the bottom. It brings the bottom of the layout into the rest of the layout as well too. So now I'm playing a little bit more with some of those pieces. One of the things that was bothering me about that green piece is I thought it was a little bit bright. So I'm going to get rid of that and play around. Again, all this flare is from a Flare for Buttons. I pulled my Simple Stories stickers there, and I'm going to find a couple of things that I really like. They are from Snap Life Documented. They're the icon stickers. And I'm definitely going to use a couple of pieces from that. I'm playing around with the chipboard stickers as well there, and that's from the Snap Life Documented chipboard stickers. I'm going to change out which color that heart is eventually. I'm also looking at some of the die cuts, and I found this 3, which is perfect, that die cut from the die cut pack, because my grandson is 3 here. So that die cut pack is also Snap Life Documented, and it's from the Bits and Pieces part of that collection. And again, I'm just kind of playing around with things, going back to the stickers to see if there's maybe another sticker I could use. And I looked at this one, but I didn't like the green as much. That green from Cameron is back on there. I looked at using that light blue circle sticker from Simple Stories, and that's not going to make it. The Happy Little Moments one is going to make it. So I just stuck it on my Heidi Swap mat up there so it doesn't stick to something that I don't want it to stick to. And I'm still struggling a little bit with what's going to complete that cluster on the bottom left there. I want one more piece. And then I find this little polka dot banner sticker that brings in all the colors that are in the layout in the striped paper. So I liked that. And again, stuck it up on top there because then it's not going to stick to anything else. I did trade out that green heart, by the way, on the bottom journaling cluster, and now I have a red and yellow one. Okay, I'm starting to stick things to the layout here. All right, I'm starting to stick things to the layout here and finalizing for sure which flare is going where. So I chose that yellow camera flare. And I now have my journaling card down there. And I've chosen that flare there. I like these wood grain ones. They're pretty cool. And that one says love. And I think I forgot to tell you, but that I'm going to struggle first of all with taking the back off this chipboard heart. And so I eventually just peel off the whole backing and a little bit of the chipboard and glue it down with my ATG because it was driving me crazy. That little arrow there, which is really cute and again brings the colors in, is from the Snap Life Documented Bits and Pieces. that's a great collection if you have boys, because the colors are really bright. So it's an older collection, probably at least a year old now. So it might be hard to find, but if you can, it's a great primary color layout. So any primary colors that you have are kind of cool. So now I am going to fool around a lot with these Jelly Bean Soup letters, just because I'm trying to decide where I'm going to position this word on with the photos there. Am I going to do it in the middle and the top? And you know, now that I look at it, it would have been fine exactly where it is. I'm going to do, the title is going to be All in Motion, and I'm going to do the all in the yellow letter stickers. I just want to bring some more yellow into the layout. So what I've done is I've pulled the smallest alphabet there to do the all in, because I want to see how that's going to lay up against the bottom of that photo border there, which I'm frankly being really picky about this. It's not going to stay here, it's going to move over. And the way I'm looking at it now, that would have been perfectly fine. And I actually think I almost like it justified more to the right there than it ends up. And it's going to end up here, basically. And here we go again, trying to decide back and forth. You know, and the hard thing about this is unlike thickers, you can stick them to wax paper and then you can move your title around. With these, you can't do that, and they shift all over the place. So now I'm thinking I about have this down, and I don't know why I'm being so picky. This is one of those places, by the way, that my cutter bee tweezers really comes in handy. Okay, so I've decided, yes, this is definitely it. I need to stop fooling around, and I'm going to glue this down. So I grabbed my Scotch quick dry adhesive, which is in my fine line bottle there. Now, I know they make two sizes of fine line bottles, and that the yellow bottle has a little bit of a wider opening to it. I don't have any problems with this clogging as long, I did at first, but then I heard someone say that you just put a tiny little bit of water in it and you mix it around and you won't have any problems. And since I did that, I've never had a problem with this bottle. And I'm almost done with my first bottle of the quick dry adhesive. I'm waiting for a cherry on top to get it back in, and then I'll order another bottle. I've looked around where I live and I can't find it anywhere. So that's another thing. If anybody has any advice about where you can get it in a brick and mortar store, that would be great. I think I've looked at Michael's and Joann's and Hobby Lobby, and I haven't seen it. I think I've looked at Walmart. So I might be missing it. So if you've bought the Scotch quick dry adhesive recently somewhere, let me know. That would be great. So now I'm getting down those Jelly Bean Soup alpha beans. The color of those is yam yellow. I wish they still made these. I don't think they do, or if they do, they're hard to find. I suppose I could look at the Jelly Bean website to see if they still make them, but those are great letter stickers. I've gone through many sets. All right, so I'm taking my American Crafts brown pen, and I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling on this. Just thinking about, you know, how in motion he is, and boy, those photos really tell the story. All right, I'm just about done. I do stick some enamel dots in here after I shut the camera off, so take a look at those in the still that's here, and you'll also see them in the detail shots. Hope everyone is well. Bye.